China is a land of stories. We all know the famous ones. We have seen pictures of the Great Wall snaking over mountains. We have heard tales of the Forbidden City and its imperial grandeur. These are the icons, the grand monuments that command the world's attention. But beyond the glow of these celebrated landmarks lies a different China. It is a quieter, more mysterious realm. This is a China whispered about in local legends, hidden away in remote valleys and forgotten by the relentless march of time. It is a world of surreal landscapes and ancient ruins that hold secrets few have ever had the chance to uncover. This is the China I seek. My camera has always been my compass, guiding me not to the crowded squares, but to the silent, overlooked corners of the world. It pulls me toward places where nature has been the primary architect and where history is written not in books, but in stone, sand, and soil. To truly understand a country as vast and ancient as China, one must venture off the beaten path. You have to follow the unmarked trails that lead into misty forests and desolate deserts. It is in these isolated places that the true spirit of the land reveals itself, untouched by the noise of the modern world and preserved in its raw, breathtaking beauty. Imagine pillars of stone that rise from the morning mist like ancient sentinels. Picture a city made of earth, slowly dissolving back into the desert from which it was born. Think of mountains painted in impossible colors, as if a giant had spilled his palette across the earth. These are not fantasies from a storybook. They are real places, hidden deep within China's immense territory. They are the result of powerful geological forces, the slow and patient work of wind and water, and the profound effects of isolation. Each location tells a unique story of survival, adaptation, and the enduring power of the natural world. Join me on a journey to discover these unbelievable hidden wonders. We will leave the familiar world behind and step into a realm of mystery and enchantment. We will not be tourists. We will be explorers, seeking the quiet magic that lies in the forgotten landscapes of a timeless country. This is a quest for the soul of China, a visual pilgrimage to its most secret and sacred spaces. Let the journey begin, and let your imagination wander through the silent, awe-inspiring beauty of these unseen places, where every shadow holds a story, and every vista sparks a sense of wonder. In the heart of Yunnan province, a strange and silent army stands guard. This is the Shilin Stone Forest, a geological masterpiece that feels like a step into another dimension. From a distance, it looks like a dense forest of petrified trees, their jagged tops reaching for the sky. But as you draw closer, you realize these are not trees at all. They are colossal limestone pillars, sculpted into bizarre and fascinating shapes. Some resemble towering pagodas, others look like ancient warriors frozen in mid-stride. Walking among them is like navigating a natural labyrinth, where every turn reveals a new and startling formation. The air is cool and still, and the only sound is the whisper of the wind. The story of Shilin begins 270 million years ago, under a vast, shallow sea. Over countless millennia, layers of limestone accumulated on the ocean floor. Eventually, geological forces pushed the seabed upward, exposing the limestone to the elements. Then, the real artist got to work rain. Acidic rainwater seeped into the cracks and fissures of the rock, slowly dissolving the softer parts and leaving behind the harder, more resilient spires we see today. It is a process of immense patience, a slow-motion sculpture carved over millions of years. This forest was not grown. It was etched from the earth by the gentle but persistent touch of water. Navigating the winding paths of Shilin is an exercise in imagination. You can spend hours, even days, getting lost in its maze-like corridors. Local legends have given names to many of the rock formations, seeing shapes of animals, plants, and mythological figures in the stone. One of the most famous is Ashima, a slender rock said to be the embodiment of a beautiful girl from the local Sani people, who was forbidden to marry her true love and turned to stone. These stories add a layer of human emotion to the geological wonder, connecting the landscape to the culture and folklore of the people who have lived in its shadow for centuries. As the sun sets, the stone forest transforms. The setting light casts long, dramatic shadows, making the pillars seem even taller and more mysterious. The gray stone glows with warm hues of orange and pink, creating a scene of otherworldly beauty. In the quiet of the evening, you can almost feel the immense weight of time that hangs in the air. This is a place that reminds you of the planet's deep history and the incredible power of nature to create landscapes that, honestly, just defy belief. Shilin is more than just a collection of rocks. It is a silent stone epic, written by water and time. In the barren expanse of the Xinjiang region, near the city of Turpan, lies a ghost from the ancient Silk Road. This is Jiaohe, a city carved not from stone blocks but from the very earth it stands on. Its name means where two rivers meet, as it was built on a large loess plateau between two deep river valleys. For over 1,600 years, this was a thriving oasis metropolis, a bustling center of trade, religion, and military power. But today, silence reigns. The relentless desert winds have scoured its walls, and the sun has baked its earthen structures into a fragile, crumbling state. It is a city of shadows and dust, a skeleton preserved by the dry desert air. The genius of Jiaohe lies in its unique construction. Instead of building upwards, its creators dug downwards. The streets, temples, government offices, and residential homes were all excavated from the loess soil, leaving the remaining earth to form the walls. This method provided natural insulation against the extreme desert temperatures, keeping the city cool in the scorching summer and warmer in the freezing winter. Walking through its sunken avenues feels like exploring a massive, intricate sculpture. You can still trace the layout of the city, from the grand Buddhist monasteries in the north to the humble residential quarters in the east and west, all connected by a network of ancient roads. The city's decline was as dramatic as its rise. Over the centuries, the rivers that nourished it began to dry up, and the relentless expansion of the surrounding desert made life increasingly difficult. The final blow came in the 13th century, when the armies of Genghis Khan swept through the region, leaving Jiaohe devastated and abandoned. Its inhabitants fled, and the desert began its slow, patient process of reclamation. Sand drifted into the empty streets, and the wind began to erode the once sturdy walls. The city that was once a vibrant hub of human activity slowly became a monument to impermanence. Today, Jiaohe is one of the largest, oldest, and best-preserved earthen cities in the world. As you wander through its desolate remains, you are struck by a profound sense of loss and wonder. The outlines of temples, stupas, and courtyards are still visible, haunting reminders of a forgotten civilization. You can stand in the middle of a main thoroughfare and imagine the caravans of camels and merchants that once passed through. Jiaohe is a powerful testament to human ingenuity in the face of a harsh environment, and an even more powerful reminder that even the greatest cities can be swallowed by the sands of time. Imagine a landscape where the mountains are not green, brown, or gray, but are instead striped with vibrant shades of red, yellow, orange, and blue. This is not a dream. It is the Zhangye National Geopark in Gansu Province. Here, rolling hills and sharp cliffs are layered with a kaleidoscope of colors, creating a surreal and breathtaking panorama. It looks as though a celestial painter has swept a giant brush across the earth, leaving behind streaks of brilliant pigment. The colors are so vivid and the patterns so intricate that it is hard to believe they are entirely natural. This place really challenges your perception of what a mountain landscape should look like. The incredible colors of Zhangye are the result of a geological process that began over 24 million years ago. The area was once a large inland basin where rivers deposited layers of different colored sandstone and other minerals. Each layer represents a different period in time, with varying climates and environmental conditions. The deep reds come from iron oxide, essentially rust, while other mineral deposits created the yellows, greens, and blues. Later, tectonic plate movements buckled and folded these sedimentary layers, tilting them on their sides and exposing the colorful stripes that we see today, like a giant, multi-layered cake. For centuries, this geological wonder was a local secret, known only to the people living in the remote region of northern China. Its isolation kept it hidden from the wider world. There were no major roads leading to it, and its location far from the country's economic and cultural centers meant it remained largely undocumented. It was only in recent years that images of these rainbow mountains began to circulate, sparking curiosity and awe. Now wooden boardwalks allow visitors to walk through the landscape without disturbing its fragile surface, offering spectacular viewpoints from which to absorb the sheer, unbelievable beauty of the scene. Visiting Zhangye, especially during sunrise or sunset, is an unforgettable experience. The low-angle light intensifies the colors, making the mountains appear to glow from within. The landscape shifts and changes with the moving sun, as shadows dance across the vibrant stripes. It is a place that feels both ancient and alive. You are standing on millions of years of geological history, witnessing a masterpiece painted by the slow, deliberate hand of nature. The Rainbow Mountains are a powerful reminder that the most stunning works of art are not always found in a gallery. Sometimes they are etched into the very fabric of the planet itself. Clinging precariously to the side of a sheer cliff on Mount Heng in Shanxi province is a structure that, honestly, just seems to defy gravity. This is the Hanging Temple, or Xuankongxi, a wooden monastery built more than 1,500 years ago. From a distance, it looks like a collection of delicate pavilions and halls held up by just a few slender stilts, as if it might be blown away by a strong gust of wind. It is, without a doubt, an architectural marvel, a testament to the incredible faith and engineering skill of its ancient builders. The temple is suspended about 50 meters above the ground, nestled into a natural hollow in the cliff face, which, by the way, protects it from the elements. The question that immediately comes to mind is, why build a temple here? Well, the location was chosen for several practical and spiritual reasons. Building it high on the cliff protected it from the floods of the river below. The overhanging peak above shields it from rain, snow, and the corrosive effects of direct sunlight, which has really helped in its remarkable preservation. Spiritually, the remote and lofty location was seen as a place of quiet contemplation, far removed from the distractions of the world below. It was a place where monks could feel closer to the heavens, suspended between earth and sky in a state of serene isolation. What makes the Hanging Temple even more unique is its religious harmony. It is actually the only existing temple in China that combines the three major traditional faiths: Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. Inside its 40 small halls and pavilions, you can find statues of Buddha sitting right alongside figures of Laozi and Confucius. This eclectic mix reflects a period of Chinese history where these philosophies often coexisted and influenced one another. The temple was a place where pilgrims from different belief systems could come to worship, united by the awe-inspiring setting and the shared pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Walking through the temple is, honestly, a thrilling and slightly unnerving experience. You traverse narrow wooden walkways, cross rickety bridges, and climb steep staircases carved directly into the cliffside. Looking down, you see the ground far below, giving you a true sense of the temple's dizzying height. The long wooden poles that appear to support the structure are actually not the main supports. The temple's true strength comes from crossbeams that were drilled deep into the rock face. The poles merely provide some additional stability. This ingenious design has allowed the Hanging Temple to survive earthquakes, storms, and the passage of centuries, standing as a silent, enduring symbol of human devotion and ingenuity. Scattered across the mountainous regions of southern Fujian province are some of the most unusual and impressive buildings in China. These are the Tulu, colossal earthen structures built by the Hakka people. From the air, they look a bit like giant donuts or flying saucers that have landed in the green, terraced valleys. These buildings are not single homes but entire villages enclosed within massive, circular or square fortress walls, built from a mixture of earth, sand, lime, and glutinous rice. With walls up to 2 meters thick, these structures were designed for defense and communal living. Some of the larger Tulu can house up to 800 people, all from the same clan. The Hakka, whose name means guest families, were migrants from northern China who moved south over several centuries to escape conflict and social unrest. As newcomers in a pretty hostile environment, they faced frequent attacks from local bandits and rival clans. The Tulu was their brilliant solution to this problem. The massive windowless walls on the lower floors made them virtually impenetrable fortresses. There was typically only one main entrance, fortified with a thick wooden door and an iron gate. Inside, the open courtyard provided a safe space for the community, while wells, food storage, and livestock pens ensured they could withstand a long siege. Life inside a Tulu was a model of communal organization. The buildings are typically 3 to 5 stories high. The ground floor was used for kitchens and livestock, the second floor for storing grain, and the upper floors for living quarters. Each family was allocated a vertical slice of the building, from the ground floor up, ensuring an equal division of resources. The central courtyard was the heart of the community, a place for ceremonies, festivals, and daily activities. This architectural design fostered a strong sense of kinship and mutual support, as everyone lived, worked, and defended their home together. Today, many of these Tulu are still inhabited by the descendants of the original builders, though the threat of bandits is long gone. Walking into one is like stepping back in time. The air is filled with the sounds of daily life, children playing in the courtyard, the smell of cooking from the ground floor kitchens, and neighbors chatting on the open-air corridors. These earthen castles are not just historical relics, they are living, breathing communities. They stand as a powerful symbol of the Hakka people's resilience, ingenuity, and the enduring importance of family and community in the face of adversity. The Tulu are a unique architectural wonder, a testament to a way of life built on unity and strength. High in the Tian Shan mountain range of Xinjiang, nestled at an altitude of nearly 2,000 meters, lies a body of water so pure and blue it seems to have fallen from the sky. This is Tianqi, the heavenly lake. It is a crescent-shaped alpine lake, fed by the melting snow and ice from the surrounding peaks, including the majestic Bogda Peak, which towers over the landscape like a silver-haired guardian. The water is crystal clear and shockingly cold, reflecting the snow-capped mountains and dark green spruce forests with perfect clarity. The air here is thin and crisp, and a profound silence blankets the entire area, broken only by the cry of a bird or the distant rumble of a small avalanche. The formation of Tianqi is a story of ice and rock. During the last ice age, massive glaciers carved their way down the mountains, gouging out a deep valley. As the climate warmed and the glaciers retreated, they left behind a natural dam of rock and debris, known as a moraine. Meltwater from the shrinking glaciers filled the basin behind this dam, creating the deep alpine lake we see today. Its depth, reaching over 100 meters in some places, contributes to its intense, sapphire blue color. This geological history gives the lake a primal, untouched quality, as if it has existed here since the dawn of time. Like many of China's most beautiful natural sites, Tianqi is steeped in myth and legend. According to Taoist folklore, this was the celestial paradise where the Queen Mother of the West, a powerful goddess, held lavish banquets for the gods. It was said that her magical peaches of immortality grew on the shores of the lake. This legend imbues the landscape with a sense of the divine, transforming it from a simple body of water into a sacred, mythical realm. Standing on its shore, looking at the perfect reflection of the heavens on its still surface, it is easy to understand why ancient people believed this place was a gateway to another world. Despite its growing popularity, the sheer scale and remoteness of the Tian Shan range help preserve the lake's sense of wild isolation. You can take a boat across its mirror-like surface or hike along the forested trails that encircle it, finding secluded spots where you feel completely alone with nature. The landscape changes dramatically with the seasons, from the vibrant wildflowers of summer to the frozen snow-covered wonderland of winter. Visiting Tianqi is a humbling experience. It is a place of immense natural power and serene beauty, a reminder of the raw, untamed wilderness that still exists, hidden away in the high places of the world. In the Liaohe River Delta in northeastern China, lies a landscape that seems to belong on another planet. This is the Red Beach of Panjin, a vast coastal wetland that for one season each year turns a shocking, brilliant shade of crimson. This is not sand. The color comes from a unique type of seaweed called Sueda salsa. This plant begins to grow in the spring, remaining a lush green throughout the summer, but as autumn approaches, its leaves transform, turning the entire marsh into a seemingly endless carpet of fiery red. The effect is breathtaking, a natural spectacle of color that stretches as far as the eye can see. The Red Beach is part of one of the world's largest and most well-preserved wetland ecosystems. The saline alkali soil of the delta provides the perfect growing conditions for the Sueda plant, which thrives in this salty environment where few other plants can survive. This unique habitat makes the area a crucial stopping point for migratory birds on the East Asian Australasian flyway. Each year, millions of birds, including the endangered red-crowned crane and Saunders gull, rest and feed here on their long journeys. The vibrant red landscape provides a stunning backdrop for one of nature's great migrations. For a long time, this natural wonder was largely inaccessible and unknown to the outside world. It was a remote and marshy wilderness, valued by biologists and bird watchers, but rarely seen by others. To protect the fragile ecosystem while allowing people to witness its beauty, a long, winding wooden boardwalk was constructed. This walkway snakes its way out over the red marsh, allowing you to walk above the Sueda without disturbing it. From the boardwalk, you can look out over the immense sea of red, watching the tide ebb and flow through the channels that cut through the landscape, creating a dynamic, ever-changing scene. The experience of the red beach is deeply sensory. The sheer intensity of the color is overwhelming, a vibrant crimson that contrasts sharply with the blue of the sky and the dark, muddy water of the channels. The air is filled with the salty smell of the sea and the calls of thousands of birds. It is a place that feels wild, alive, and utterly unique. The red beach of Panjin is a powerful example of how specific geological and environmental conditions can create landscapes of unimaginable beauty. It is a fleeting masterpiece, painted by nature each autumn, a hidden gem that reveals the surprising and colorful secrets of the natural world. Our journey through the unseen corners of China comes to an end, but the echoes of these hidden places will linger long in the mind. We have walked through a forest of stone and a city of sand. We have seen mountains painted like rainbows and a temple that hangs in the sky. We have visited earthen castles that house entire communities and a heavenly lake that mirrors the heavens. Each of these locations, shaped by the immense forces of geology and the slow, patient hand of time, tells a story of isolation and endurance. They are the quiet chapters in China's grand narrative, often overlooked but no less profound. What makes these places so magical is their silence. They exist far from the roar of the megacities and realms where the dominant sounds are the wind, the water, and the rustling of leaves. This quietness allows for a deeper connection to the landscape and to the immense history it holds. In the absence of crowds and commerce, you can truly feel the spirit of the place. You can stand in the ruins of Jiaohe and almost hear the whispers of Silk Road merchants, or gaze at the hanging temple and feel the devotion of the monks who built it. This is the power of the hidden world. It speaks in a language older than words. These wonders remind us that our planet is full of surprises. In an age where we think everything has been mapped, photographed, and explored, it is thrilling to know that such mysterious and awe-inspiring places still exist, waiting to be discovered. They spark our curiosity and reignite our sense of wonder, encouraging us to look beyond the obvious and seek out the beauty that lies off the beaten path. They are testaments to the creative power of nature and the incredible resilience of human culture in the face of challenging environments. They are not just destinations, they are invitations to explore. The true beauty of these hidden wonders lies not just in their visual splendor, but in the feelings they evoke. A sense of humility in the face of deep time, a feeling of awe at the power of the natural world, and a renewed appreciation for the quiet, forgotten corners of our world. China's most famous landmarks tell the story of its power and glory, but its hidden gems tell the story of its soul. They are the silent, enduring heart of a vast and ancient land, and their quiet magic will continue to call to the explorers and dreamers for generations to come.